Hello, YouTube people. Well, I'm out here exercising again. I was jogging. Hopefully I don't sound like I'm out of breath, but anyways, I've been out jogging, and guess what? I went by my bench, and here I am again at the bench. And I just wanted to say hi and talk to you about a little bit of something. Okay. There's some keys to healing yourself, but if it has anything to do with your childhood, think back to the memories that you have the most of in your head. And usually that's where you can find the instance that happened that you actually lost yourself. You totally got lost. And you went the wrong path, and then the wrong path, and the wrong path, and the wrong path, until you just ended up way away from where you were and who you were. So think back. You know, it doesn't matter how far back you go. I mean, hopefully you go back to as a child. Like I said in my very first video, I can go back to when I was 4 years old. Now, I don't remember much before that. I remember an instance I was in the bathtub with my sister, and my sister turned the hot water on, and I got burnt, and I was scared, and I remember my mom coming running. She was in the room, but we were in the bathroom, and I think she was talking to my dad on the phone, and you know, she came running in and she turned the water off right away, and I was screaming and my sister was yelling. My sister was in front of me, so that was good. You know, she's the one that turned the hot water on anyway, so hey. But I didn't like that instance, and I was 4 years old at that time. My sister would have been 7, and it wasn't a good situation for me. I also remember the time that my sister and I were in our living room, and we were fighting with each other for whatever reason. You know how kids are. Me being 4, you know, hey, it happens. But my sister pushed me, and I hit the edge of the coffee table, and I got a cut right above my eyebrow. There's a scar there. And, you know, we even argue about how that all happened to start with. You know, my sister, of course, blames me, and she was older. I just remember her pushing me. I don't remember what it was all about, but she did push me into the coffee table. My mom was pregnant with my younger sister, Debbie, at the time, and we were in upstate New York, and you know, it just, those little instances I remember. I remember sitting at a picnic table outside of our house. My dad, like I said, he was a carpenter, general contractor, so he built this picnic table for us, and we were eating watermelon outside. And the people next door were defrosting their refrigerator and stuff like that. So they were taking goods out and bringing it across the street. Well, all of a sudden, smoke started coming out of their doorway, and it just smelled terrible. And the whole kitchen caught on fire, and they had the fire department come out and everything else. And I remember that. I remember we had a dog named Whiskers. And there was a kid across the street. I don't know if he was the Andersons' son or the people next door to the Andersons. Maybe the people next door, because I think they had a daughter. I kind of vaguely remember little instances, but anyways, he came over. He's tried to start something with me, and I got mad, and the dog was there, and I told the dog to go bite. And the dog did. The dog Whiskers went after the boy and bit him in the ankle, and he started crying. He ran home. And they invited me and my family over to eat dinner. We ate spaghetti over there, I remember that. And they had a swimming pool in their backyard, so we went swimming. There's quite a few instances. I remember I was across the street at the Andersons' house, and they had a jungle gym with one of those things with the bars going across, and you had to hand over hand with the bars. And I fell and lost my breath. Totally. It hurt like crazy. My stomach was hurting and I couldn't breathe. And I ran home after that. I wasn't crying. Let me explain something to you. When I was a child, I was a tough kid. I really was. I mean, you had to do a whole lot of something to me to get me to cry. I was just really tough like that. I guess my dad was like that when he was younger too. My dad told me of a story. Him and his two brothers. I don't remember if I told this story or what. And his sister claimed that somebody had taken money out of her purse in her room. And my grandfather confronted all three of them, and nobody wanted to confess to it. So my grandfather picked my dad to be the first one to give a whooping to. And my grandfather actually gave my dad a whooping for something that he didn't do. And my dad didn't even cry. And he looked right at my grandfather and he said, "I told you I did not do that." And my grandfather got real upset. He was crying because he knew my dad was telling the truth, and he hit my dad for no good reason. So later on they found out that my Uncle Ross he was the one that had done it, my dad's older brother. And I don't know what happened after that, because my dad didn't really say. I don't know if he was punished or whatever, but that's how it happened. And I guess I followed in my dad's footsteps, because I never did have any of that problem either. But going back to the story, if you can go back to whatever age it is, things that you remember, you're going to find out where you went wrong in childhood. If you can remember that instance, it's going to be the best thing for you, because bringing up your past is going to give you clarification of where you were at what time, and help you with what you need to heal as far as being a child is concerned. A lot of people have childhood wounds that are still wide open. Maybe you were tough like me and my dad. Maybe you were. And you never cried over any instance at all. You held it deep inside you. But it played value upon you because you never healed from that wound. Maybe it was something your mom or dad said. I remember my mom right outside in my yard, and I was older then. I was about 11 or 12. And she looked right in my eyes and said, "You stupid kid." Well, my mom didn't mean that I was stupid, because I know I'm not, okay? I'm a very bright person, okay? And she even told me later that she was sorry for saying that. I don't hold grudges against my mom. I love my mom very dearly. But she did say that. And for years, it bothered me. And I didn't go healing from that. So I took that into my young adult life. And it actually caused me to not do certain things that I should have done, because I didn't heal from it. I took it into my young adult life. But I released it. And I don't have to hold that burden above my head any longer. That burden is no longer there. But, that kind of stuff, it goes with us for a long time. Maybe your mother, maybe your father, maybe somebody in your family. It doesn't even have to be either one of them. It could be your grandparents, your uncles, your aunts, your brothers and sisters, whatever you have, they could have said something or did something to you that caused you to go the wrong way, to change your course. And then in changing that, you became a totally different person than what you were supposed to be. So it's better to go back into your time and think of all the times that you can remember. When you get to those ones that you remember, you're going to realize what it was that set your life into the mode that you're in right now, because you carried it into your adult life right now, and you're still living as a child. You cannot go into your literal adult life as a child. People are going to see that in you. Eventually, people will see it. You know, at first look, you know, your friends and family, oh, you know, I'm really sorry for what so-and-so did to you, and I really feel bad for you. You know, you had it really bad. You had a rough relationship, many relationships or whatever, you know, you had it rough. And I really feel bad for you. But they shouldn't be feeling bad for you. They should be trying to get you some help. Because you have carried something from your childhood into your adult life. And you're acting just like a young kid. Like you're 10 years old or 12 years old. And you're not. You're not that at all. So go back into your time. Look at what it might be. And then when you get to it, open it up like it's a Pandora's box, okay? Get down on your knees and pray about it. Ask God to show you and reveal to you which time this was that set you on the wrong course. It set you on the wrong course. You weren't supposed to be where you're at now. You're supposed to be abundant. You're supposed to be happy. You're supposed to enjoy your life. You're here for a purpose. You have a purpose in life. You have a lot of self-worth. You are somebody. And you can show that you are somebody when you get all of this done. You just have to take that time and effort. Don't be lazy about it. Don't put it off. Procrastinate like I used to do. I told you I was a big procrastinator when I was younger. I was. Just being honest with you. But the more and more you put stuff off, the more and more it's going to come back to haunt you. You have to be willing to throw all of that aside. Look back into your life. Figure out what it is. Where did it go wrong? What happened? Did your mom say something to you like mine did? Did your dad say something to you like mine did? My dad said something wrong and my mom said something wrong, but they're only human beings. I didn't hold it against them, but I kept it with me, and I had to get rid of that. I've already done the healing. That's why I am in the position I'm in. That's why I'm able to move forward. That's why I'm able to become abundant and be happy no matter what happens to me. If people want to, you know, whoop me at the whooping stone, if they want to wipe their feet on me like I am their mat, whatever, I get over it. I move on. I don't keep that kind of stuff, because that will give you very big insecurities. And when you carry a bunch of insecurity around, nobody wants to be around you. Nobody. Nobody wants to deal with somebody that's insecure, that acts like a kid, that don't even know what they want in life. They don't want any kind of commitment. They don't want any kind of anything. They just want to go through life, partying, have sex, this, that, and the other thing. They don't want any kind of anything in life. You got to want something. You got to strive for something. You got to tell yourself, I am good. My self-worth is 100. I can do whatever it is I want to do. And then go after it. But first, heal. Heal from it. Go back to your childhood. Figure out what it is. What set you on the wrong path. Then come back. You'll be able to come back after you healed from it. Trust me, I know this, okay? I've been in that same spot. If I haven't been there, I will never try to teach you how to. But I'm telling you, you have to heal. Well, how do I heal? Well, you got to stop thinking along the same lines as you always do. Don't think that you can't be alone, because you can. You can be alone. You have to be alone. You have to go by yourself. You have to do things yourself. Stop being with people that you don't want to be around. Why would you even be in a relationship with somebody just because they got a little money? 10 days, 1 month, 2 years, and they got nothing. And then what are you going to do? You're backed in the corner again. Back to the same old drawing board. You don't know. You don't know what you're going to do, right? Heal. Stop worrying about being with other people. Be by yourself. Heal. 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 When you've healed, you will see life a lot different. I guarantee that. You will see it 100% different than what you had seen it before. You'll see it so different that you'll want to come and kiss the ground that I walk on, because you'll be saying, you know what, he was right. I needed to heal. I needed that 100. And you do. You need it. Do it. Don't be stubborn. Don't be egotistical. Do it. I promise your life will change. And then you can start manifesting. But you have to be forgiven, and you have to forgive. The only way you're going to be forgiven is ask for forgiveness from God and the people you've done things to. If you're just that rotten, you're never going to. You're even worthless for my words right here. You're worthless. But you're not. If you understand what your self-worth is, who you are inside, deep inside of you. You've not seen that beautiful person inside. It's time to show who you are. It's time. Anyways, I want you all to know that I love you. I love you to death. Love yourself, love God, and by all means love each other, people. Until the next time, love, peace, and a soul.